Good morning, good morning, good morning. I know I'm a few minutes late for Wake and Bake Live this morning, but I am here, better late than never. Had some technical difficulties this morning. For some reason, my whole computer is still making little noises, needs to be rebooted. But we are here live for Wake and Bake. Today, please say hello and tell me where you're watching from, first and foremost. If you are brand new here, it is Monday morning, the day after Mother's Day. We are going into the 9th day of May. I cannot believe it is the 9th day of May already. There is one more day to claim your Munchie of the Month boxes. There is one more day to claim your Munchie of the Month boxes. All of the Mother's Day packages are out. Good morning, Elizabeth. And then I am also, it's so funny that she jumped on here first this morning. It's so very funny that Miss Elizabeth jumped on here first this morning because I'm going to announce something that's going to make her whole day go boom, 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 boom. Before I leave today to head out the door, because I am heading out of town today, I do have to run some errands, pick up some supplies and such. I'm going to Richmond to go to Costco and some things. I am going to be updating the menu, hashtag grateful fed head. So normally the last week of the Munchie boxes, I go ahead and like open up some of the things in there. Like last month, we allow people to order extra cookies and things like that. So starting today, you can order 6 packs and 12 packs of the lime cookies. They will be available through the 20th as well. So that's kind of the thing. Abilene, what's up, Abilene, Virginia, this morning? You're over on the property having a little fun. Did you have a good Mother's Day? Hope you all did. Do me a favor, tag someone in the comments. I know that I'm a little late. I'm going to go ahead and get on here too and tag a few of our folks. I know that sometimes when you come in late, people forget that you're on the Liberty Live. And I was a little late this morning. Woohoo! I knew you would be excited about that. I knew you would be excited about that. I knew you would be excited about that because you said they were your favorite cookies. So I was going to tag some folks here. I'm trying to think who might not be at work. I'm just going to start tagging some people. Lisa Phillips usually comes in at the end. We're going to grab her so she doesn't forget it. I'm trying to think who else we can. Dennis. I'm also going to do this week's card because we did not do cards yesterday. Ashley, I'm just tagging some folks. Just getting them in here. I know some people are up and moving this morning. Some people are not up and moving this morning. But nevertheless, sometimes we just need a little reminder. I am going to be setting up some alerts because Facebook has still got me at the bottom of the algorithm for lives and things like that. But we are going to do this week's crystal affirmation card. We are going to do a little discussion this morning about some things that are going on. And also, good morning, Dennis. Elizabeth was out there tagging everybody. I was helping her tag. I'm trying to get my hair to do the thing it's supposed to do. Okay, there we go. It's so weird on the screen because it's not like a phone. And so when I'm trying to mess with my hair, it's a little different. As you can see, I am dressed this morning. And what we're going to do, it's Monday morning. So the reason I wanted to get some folks on here this morning is because I am going out into the world today. I am heading out. I have to go get some things from Costco. I wanted to announce this morning that I had a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. Some of you are in my Party with Tammy group. And you heard my little rant yesterday. I'm not going to repeat it here. Not the place or time for it. It's a different group, a different time. Good morning, everybody. Please, as the thing says below, please say hello and tell me where you're watching from. I love to give things away. And speaking of giving things away, if you are starting to get your Mother's Day packages, I'm trying to find my, here it is. So we are going to be doing a virtual bingo. So this month it was with the Mother's Day. So I wanted to try it a little low key this month, see how it was going to work, if y'all liked it, before I invested a lot of money in it. And so I am going to be sending out bingo cards. Now, ways to earn bingo cards. Bingo cards are going to give us a virtual bingo game. I'm going to call bingo. I've got a whole bingo game over here. I call bingo. We have a virtual Zoom bingo night. We play bingo for prizes. I give away 3 prizes. Now, here's what I'm going to say. Okay, here's what I was going to say to y'all. If anybody else who has, Dennis has t-shirt business, right? Some people have like, they make like ashtrays and rolling trays. Some people make the jewelry that I'm getting ready to put on, right? Some people make Reiki infused scrubs. If other people would like to get in on the bingo game, there is a way to do that. So let's have a conversation. So if you would like to send bingo games out to your people, right? And here's what I'm getting at. There's power of numbers, right? There's a power in numbers, and it's a lot more fun with friends. So if we all agree to send out bingo cards with our orders and get everybody onto the live, right? And tell them we're going to play live with a bunch of other businesses, and you can win things like edibles or Reiki infused jewelry or free t-shirts or whatever, right? And it gives other businesses a chance to kind of like sponsor a bingo. You can, number one, have your wares there. Hello, Dorothy. You can have your things there because this is the thing. We're a community. And I was thinking about kind of going off of the whole idea of the Grateful Dead, right? Of the whole like summer of love, like the 60s kind of feel, right? And as you can see, I'm putting on my Reiki infused bracelets right now. This is kind of I'm going to do a little meditation with y'all this morning, a little like energy clearing meditation. But this is part of me putting on my energy protection. Good morning, Heather, for the day, because I am going into Richmond or Chesterfield today, which is a suburb of Richmond, which is our capital city. Those of you that are from Virginia, you know where I'm talking about. Those of you not, you probably know geography a little bit because Richmond's the capital of the state. But I am about 60 miles 45 miles from Chesterfield, about 60 miles west of Richmond, Virginia. And we are considered the heart of Virginia. I'm in like Amish country, rural Virginia, very like low key, slow pace, Mayberry, USA, right? Little college town about an hour outside of our capital city. I lived in Richmond for close to 10 years. And just moved back here recently when this whole spiritual journey, I decided to come out and live out back in the woods and get away from the hustle and bustle. And it used to be that I would get into the city and like I would just feel tingly and love it, right? I would get close to back into the suburbs where I start seeing stoplights and stores and traffic lights and like car light traffic, traffic everywhere. And I was like, oh, there's just the sign of progress, right? And I realized whenever I ran away to the city, I was running away because all that noise in the city allows you not to have to like look inward or think. It's a lot of distraction, right? It was a lot of distraction. And at that point in my life, I needed things, shiny things to look at because I didn't want to look in the shadows, right? I didn't want to look inward. I didn't want to look and see what was going on. And so when I decided to kind of like awaken, I'm like, why am I, I do not need all of this. I need that solitude, that peace and quiet, that ability to sit with my thoughts, that ability to create, that ability to be of service. And I can't do that here. Number one, the city keeps you from being of too much service because you have to serve yourself to afford it, right? So we had built a custom house in a new upcoming suburb in Richmond. Because y'all know me, I'm a little bit of an overachiever when it comes to things. And it's one of those things where, and I'm going to ask y'all the same thing. And yesterday was such an eye-opener for me. Have you ever gotten something because they would let you have it? It's not what you want, right? You go to buy a car and you want the Escalade, right? But the Escalade is not in your budget, right? It is not in your budget. And if you waited another year and saved another $5,000 for a down payment, that Escalade might be in your budget. But when you went today, you told everybody, I'm coming home with a brand new car. I'm going to go get my dream car. And you get to the car dealership and you're kind of given that wake up point where they're like, okay, well, the Escalade will be $1,300 a month, but the RAV4 will be in your price range, right? and you're like, well, and then all of a sudden you can convince yourself that the RAV4 is the better option. The RAV4 is what you should get. The RAV4 is a new car. It may not be the one you want, but it's the one you can afford. And you walk away with what you can settle for versus what you want. Can I get some thumbs up, some hearts, some wow faces, if that makes sense to anybody else? If you've ever been in a place in your life where you have not gotten what you wanted, but you've taken what you feel like you can afford. Or here's the better thing, right? You can't get what you want, so you feel like you're taking what you know is meant for you. What the scraps are yours, so you'll take the scraps just to have something, right? Something is better. Anybody ever said something is better than nothing? Anybody ever had the words come out of the words come out of the mouth that said something is better than nothing? And if you don't mind sharing, because I love talking to y'all, versus, I love talking with y'all in the comments. Heather's walking at the park. I love that. Look what I found. So whenever they do my t-shirts, they didn't have the order in for all of the sizes, and they had some long sleeve options. And this is the Hometown Hippie. I have not seen this. Let me move this out of the way, because I do have on hard pants and everything today. This is the Hometown Hippie long sleeve, and I'm digging the long sleeve. I think that it will look good with Stay Elevated down the sleeve, but that's the new long sleeve. So has anybody, if you don't mind sharing, like, what is something that maybe you didn't want, but you took it because you could afford it, right? What is something that you just took and settled for? Anything? Anybody get anything? And don't get silly, because I know some people I settle for my partner, or just being funny, but no. Like, and some people that might be true, right? It might maybe an ex or something like that. But the truth of the matter is, when we built that house in Richmond, I very much settled for what I could afford. And unfortunately, that was a $300,000 mistake, right? A $300,000 mistake. The house never felt like home, none of those things, right? We lived in Richmond. And when we finally kind of came to the awakening to come back home, it was one of those things where I made a promise to myself, right? I made a promise to myself that the Rolling Stones is like one of my favorite. I mean, I love the Rolling Stones. And one of my favorite songs in the entire world is, I have a ton of favorite songs in the entire world, but this one is one of those that I can listen to on repeat, right? And it's, you can't always get what you want, right? And what I'm trying to get to in a place in my life, right? Where I'm at in my life right now, where I'm at in this journey, where I'm at in this next phase of the spiritual awakening is aligning with, you can't always get what you want, but you just might find you get what you need, right? And what I'm hoping for, where I'm trying to like come to, is number one, we talk about flow all the time, right? Getting into flow. And for me, one of the things about getting into flow, and one of the recognition pieces for the synchronicities, good morning, Lisa. I tagged you because I didn't want you to miss it, was whenever what you want and what you need align, right? So I remember hearing, I saw her today at the reception, right? And I've heard that song so many times in so many settings and in so many things, right? But you try. Yes, I love it. I love it. You get what you need. Oh yeah. I'm telling y'all right now, I'm gonna ask my spirits. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm calling in my angels, guides, and helpers, and all that are there meant to assist me. All of the archangels, all of those who need to be in my energy field today to protect me, to keep me safe. I am asking you for a synchronicity, right? I am asking to hear the song, to let me know that I am aligned. Because what I am doing, right? What I am looking for is, I'm looking for the alignment of doing the things that are to my utmost good, so that the things that I want are the things that I need, right? And I'm going to like, ching, ching, ching goes the money thing tree, right? Everything I need, it comes to me. It's what you want and what you need. And here's the problem, right? I feel like that alignment is very much flow. Because how many of you know what's good for you? right? How many of you have that partner that's like, he is just toxic or she is just toxic, but I want them. I don't need them, but I want them, right? Or that job, right? Or that substance or that food or that cigarette or that whatever the thing may be. How many of us want something that we know we don't need? Like you're like, I know without a doubt, and my brain knows I don't need this. My body, my muscle memory even says you don't need this. This is not for you. But something keeps drawing you in. You're like, I don't need you, but I want you, right? I don't like you, but I love you, right? And getting to a place in life, right, where you're aligned with everything that you want is everything that you need. Now, Lisa, that bowl, girl, I'm gonna tell you what, that bowl, I don't feel it because I'm gonna tell y'all, I have been able to journal, and I have journals everywhere. And some of the things that come out of that bowl, some of that things to slow to my pace down. And I will tell you that I'm being more aligned with like the quantity and the quality of what's in that bowl. I'm going to be transparent as they come. I am struggling with this new menu so hard because what I want and what I need, what I want is like this, like what you need, I got you. The dankery is open. But what I need right now is I need to pare things down to allow myself like room to like do it. Cause I have like, so I'm in a house, right? And that building's coming. But I think life should be a musical. We should just, Lisa, welcome to the Hometown Hippie. Because I will tell you right now, there's nothing that I can't do that does not involve singing all day long. And you can ask, and I'm going to have to bring Mel and Brittany on a live with me. Maybe we'll do a TikTok live together because they can go live on TikTok because it's a little bit more raw over there. But they've been in the house now for 2 weeks working with me, right? And for a week. This is going into 2 weeks. Mel's going to be here to go with me to Costco, right? And I was like, I just walk around the house and like, I will be doing something. And if what I am doing can be sung. The other night I was just in there. I was like, "You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch." I was like, I don't know the words to all of it. I know it, but I don't right now. And I was like, but all I want to do is just sing Mr. Grinch. It was just cracking me up. And they were like, looked at me like, I will just break. Like, if it can be broken out in the song, I will break it out in the song. Like it is. We should do that, y'all. We should create little skits and call it Hometown Hippie the Musical, and we'll do little videos and post them in here. Like we'll play off of each other. Anybody up for something fun like that? Because that's the kind of stoner shit. That's the kind of vibe I've got. Because that's what I'll do, right? I love the creative part of it, and it makes me very happy. But I'm off topic, right? So when you get aligned to walking away from that which does not serve you, right? Walking away from things which you feel are being pressured onto you. We went to look for furniture and we went to look for cars and we've gone to do a lot of things since I made the agreement to myself. Number one, that I was no longer going to settle for what I could afford, that I would learn the patience to wait for what I deserved, right? Wait for what I truly wanted. And I'm like, when they say something is better than nothing, I'm going to say bullshit, right? Because if I can't get what I want, if I can't get what I need, if I can't get what I deserve, then I don't need to get anything at this point, right? And that's what's spending my money. Like I'm telling you, like I went out and I had a much better deal at this one furniture store, but the customer service was shitty and I felt all kinds of wrong about the vibe. I literally, like, y'all don't know, like some of y'all don't like have not hung out with me. My sister, my poor sister is not, this is okay. I don't know. How do I say this? If you ask my sister the difference between her and I, her response would be something like, I'm not about that bullshit. Like she's very like, I'm about the science. Like, she's a list maker. Like, we go Christmas shopping together every year. Like, her and I have a day that, it's not like our big Christmas shopping, but it's usually like a few little pieces and parts that she needs to fill in. And for me, it's usually my nieces and nephews, all of them. Because I'm not like, in around kids a lot. So I'm like, I need some guidance. Come with me. Let me finish the shopping. And sometimes for Red. So this past year, it was all the things, because normally I do a lot of it online, but I was trying to go in and touch things this year, and I was doing intuitive shopping. I had no list, and I'm like, I'm going to buy presents based on a vibe, and if I see something that speaks to me, I'll buy it, right? And we went shopping this year, and my sister's like, I can't with you, Tammy. She's like, why are you doing this? She's like, why are you doing this? And I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, you were walking around TJ Maxx like this. Like, you are crazy. And I'm like, what? And I wish she had the video of me, because I literally didn't. I was in a trance. I was channeling my Christmas shopping and had no clue. And I was like, had all my crystals and stuff on. I'm like, okay, who am I finding a present for? And I didn't even know I was talking out loud. She says, you were singing. I'm like, do, 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 do. I had no clue that was happening, right? She's like, just get something. And I was like, no. And I said, let's go to lunch and have a discussion, right? Let's go to lunch and reset. Because she was getting very frustrated. And the more frustrated that she was getting, the more my channel guys were making me a little bit loopier by the minute. I was like, you're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. Right? I was like, stop it. And she doesn't do any of that. She's not about sing-songing. She's not about like embarrassing her in a store and talking to strangers. And I'm like, what are you buying? I'm looking for stuff. I didn't care. Y'all know me. I'm just like this in a store. And I mean, literally exactly like this in a store. And she's like, I need to take you somewhere. I was like, you need a drink. Come on. And so we go eat lunch and we're talking. And I was like, she's like, what are you doing? I was like, here's the thing. I was like, how many times do your kids, do all of you watching me, do you ever feel like you're exchanging the same dollar store bullshit between your family members as just junking up your house, and you just got shit that I literally have a bag in my room. Good morning. That is like years and years and years of a stocking that my mother-in-law and sister-in-law think plus them both. Yesterday was a beautiful day spent with that family. It was phenomenal. I was blown away how wonderful it was yesterday. Getting that out yesterday morning in my other group made nothing. It was a beautiful, wonderful day. Everything about yesterday. I said the only two things that could have made yesterday more perfect for me, it would have been a perfect day had my mama been with me and had the sun been shining. I said, other than that, everything was teetotally breakfast in bed, steak lunch. My kiddo just got me a card that I cried like I couldn't breathe. My father-in-law made me this beautiful wooden cutting board. Oh, it's just a beautiful day. But I said, how many times did your kids, do we get all this shit that's just junking up? You talk about they're very conscious about the environment. I was like, you're very conscious about waste. And I was like, it's just a waste. So if I can't find a gift for these kids that just, it'll make sense. Like, I need to give them something that makes sense. It's a gift for me. And if you don't want to do this with me, I understand it. I will come back a different day and do this if it's frustrating you. And we'll finish up Red shopping and your shopping, but I'm going to do this in Cabela's too, because I got to find the right thing for him. And she's like, I get it. And we pattern interrupted. I hit the big pin. We go back to the next store and I go down the aisle, and that's when all the coffee mugs hopped out, right? And we had been through the store. I'm looking at like just bullshit, right? Just stuff. And my niece had put on her thing, I want these specific pillows for my house. And I'm like, I'm not buying you a pillow, because of course the pillows that she wanted for her house were like from some bougie boutique that were like $80 a piece. And that's why she asked her aunts for Christmas for it, because she wasn't going to spend that kind of stupid money on pillows. And I'm like, neither am I. Plus, I don't go on list. Because it has to speak to me. So all of a sudden, all the kids' coffee mugs spoke to me. And I'm like, they all like, that's like where they drink soups and they do coffees and they do all the hot teas. So then the cocoa bombs and then the experiential things came to me. And I was looking for something small for each of them to put in their experiences. And so it all made sense. And it took me, like, when I got back to the store, it took me like a minute to do it, right? But I got message like, oh, that's amazing. That's perfect. You got the cocoa bombs, you can put that in there with their envelope. She's, oh my gosh, that's the cutest little gift. I love that. They'll use those mugs. That's something that they'll take to college with them. That's their mug. They can use it in their house. I remember how many mugs I got. Her whole attitude changed, right? And on the way home, we were talking, and she was like, she's like, your woo woo gets on my nerves sometimes because sometimes it's just too much for me. And we have these conversations. She's like, but she really does. She truly does respect that that's my belief, and she does not make me feel bad about them. She just says, I'm going to let you know if it's getting on my nerves. Like, you do you. You're not going to change how you do it, but I'm going to be honest about how, if it's we just have good, clear conversations about it. She's like, it's interesting. She's like, I laugh all the time about you in here doing your little thing. She's like, but it really does, right? It really does. Like, so it's crazy how it happens. It's crazy how it happens sometimes. It's really interesting. And then I did a reading for my nephew, and he's very much like, Susu, like he does this, like, let me guess. And I'm like, I gotta go. I have a session tomorrow. And he's like, let me guess. Like, he gets all like goofy about it. He's going to be pre-med. He's a doctor. He's like, I don't know about all this. Like, he actually like researched grounding because I was like, I need to go put my feet in the dirt and ground. It's a scientific thing. It's about the electromagnetic fields in the planet working with your body. And he was like, I don't believe that. So he did independent research. He's like, okay, I got you. I see how that works. So like, grounding's where it started. And I'm like, when you start your spiritual journey, the first thing you should learn to do is ground, center, and protect, right? If anybody comes out of my mystical life, we've been all been taught that. But if you haven't, that's just really the corner, because I saw a thing the other day and it reminded me, and I had not been protecting as well. And it said that the brighter your light shines, right, the more bugs that are attracted to it. So just like you can get that good energy, you can also attract bad energy. So ground, center, and protecting yourself keeps all that negative juju away. So getting them to ground one at a time is important, right? But like I told her, I'm like, even for me, going out and giving you things, right? Giving you a gift. I don't want you to have something that I can afford. I want you to have something that you deserve, a gift from the heart, right? And if I can't think of a gift from the heart, like if I can't pull that person into my energy field and figure out how to gift for them, I really won't gift for them. I'm like, there's a reason why I'm not being open to and receptive to gifting, and I should not be gifting. That's a muscle test for me. If like I can't figure out anything for you, then you don't need anything. You don't need anything from me. And there's been times whenever people have that has happened, and I'll like send a little note or whatever. And I've said things like, happy holidays, hoping you're having a beautiful holiday season. Nothing inspired me this season. Nothing inspired me for you this season. So I would love for us to have a meal together or to share an experience together where I will invite them to dinner, or we go out to eat, or I take them to lunch, because sometimes it's about maybe reconnecting with that energy so that you can then bring it in to gift. And I will do a lot, and I'll just do like Christmas cookies or something like that when that comes in, because I know that I connect through food. And it won't be edibles, right? So I always do a lot of baking at the holidays. This year I didn't do as much like personal baking because of the advent calendars. I have more time this year, I hope. But that's another thing that I do a lot of times. And it's not the gingerbread cookies with like the boobies on them for everybody, right? It's actually baking that I did. And I will send baked goods, because then I can like kind of set the intention that, if this person is someone who's going to, because that's what happens, right? Is that over each year, you kind of realize it at Christmas time when you're doing Christmas cards about like, oh, I haven't talked to them. Like, it brings it to the forefront of your mind. And so just like you can't always get what you want and aligning what you want with what you need, sometimes that also happens, right, with people. And that not everything is meant to always be in your energy field, and they wane and they wax and they wane, right? And yesterday is a good example of that. So yesterday I was going to mother-in-law's house, and we don't always mesh. we always get along. We're always polite and all the things, but there's either times when we go to visit and everything just feels like a glove, like you're at mama's house. Ain't no big deal. You just do what you got to do. No issues. Everything's fine. Everybody jokes. There's no animosity. Other times you go and there's like a lot of heavy discussion and you just, people are just kind of like passive aggressively being a little snippy. You feel that heavy energy when you walk in. And, there's times when I'm like, I'm very sensitive to that, right? I am very sensitive to that. So it's hard for me. And I was a little dreading that yesterday. I was feeling that. And I did a little live in my Party with Tammy group about some things I was concerned about. And I went down there yesterday, and it was one of those beautiful days. But I've had moments where okay, so we're good. There's forks being thrown. Yeah, other times there's forks being thrown. Not at her house. She would break your fingers if you acted funny at the table. We're just of a different mindset, a whole different mindset. But yesterday was one of those times where none of those differences were even brought up. There's no reason for them to come up, and all of the things we love about each other were celebrated yesterday. It was very nice conversation. The guys got up and did a lot of did all of the lunch for us. My brother-in-law brought salad. We all brought our own steaks. My father-in-law cooked the steaks. My husband did the potatoes. They set the table. They made the drinks. My mother-in-law had made earlier in the week my very favorite cake, which was on the counter. Mine and Evan. Evan and I love it. We had some carrot cake. I don't know where my phone is, and apparently I need it because it's it's right the fuck here. So we got so much going on today. I'm just trying to keep up with everything. But so yesterday, right? That's one of those things where I got what I needed and what I wanted. And it was really nice because I didn't need yesterday, Mother's Day is super hard for me. And I was really like, I cannot go down there. Exactly. And that's when like that synchronicity, right? You can't always get what you want, but you just might find you get what you need. And my goal is for the alignment to come with what I want and what I need, having this meeting point. And that's where all things are good, right? Where I finally want the things that I need, right? And they're in alignment and you can be in flow because you're just going for the things that you want are the things that you need and all the things are happening like they should be. Staying in flow. And I needed that good day and it aligned yesterday. I was already kind of stressed about it was a really tough week. Like I cried at everything. Evan was phenomenal yesterday. Like brought a gift for grandma, bought a gift for me, like brought cards that like made us both cry. Came back yesterday after we left grandma's again, all the way to our house. It's like the ice cream. Today was a good day. I didn't even have to use my AK. Like it was a good day. Red never gave me any grief. I got to watch all my cooking shows. Then I got to watch all of my Showtime shows and HBO shows. And yes. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry your daughter isn't talking to you. I'm sorry about that. And we're going to send loads and loads of heart energy for whatever that energy blocking and that out of flow and that unalignment is. That it gets back in alignment, that everything gets flowing the way it should. And if that relationship is one that you would like to keep repaired, I'm sure it's your daughter you would like to, that we're hoping that all gets repaired and figured out in its own way, however it should. So be it, and so it is. But, Lisa, you're welcome, and I love you, right? We're here. There's times when, I don't talk to my dad. there's been years I didn't talk to my dad. Didn't love him any less, right? But he and I did not align at the time. And sometimes not everything is for everybody, and that includes family, unfortunately. I have a stepdaughter that I haven't talked to in years, darling. I know my husband and her have not talked. I wish they would mend some things. But sometimes you just can't mend it, right? Sometimes you can't mend it, and sometimes you can. And I feel like you can, right? I feel like you can. So anyway, oh, I'm sorry to be off topic, and I love you for that, Lisa. Not that, I mean, I understand that you needed a good day. Whenever you are a mom, for me, it's a really, after my mom passed away, It was tougher, but before mom, it was tough because for years and years and years, many of you know, I've shared the story with you. I the year that Evan graduated high school, um, I was having some female issues. We'll call them female issues. I suffer still from polycystic ovarian syndrome, which is PCOS, which is an infertility. It's the number one cause of infertility in women in the world, and it causes like irregular menstrual cycles. And if a guy's watching this, y'all don't be children. It's normal part of life, right? All everybody here should know about a menstrual cycle, right? And I would have like not have one for 2 years or a year and then have one for like 3 months that was like ridiculous, or 6 months or 3 weeks or 2 months. Who knew when it started? Who knew when it was going to stop? And I've been hospitalized and had DNCs because of it, because it was so much. The lining, it was life altering when it happened. And the year Evan graduated, Evan was going to boot camp, and I remember I had a car accident that year, and I had was sitting at the stoplight, and F-350 rear-ended my car and pushed me into the rear of Jeep Cherokee. I had damage to the front and the back of my car. I instantly my legs went numb when I got hit. I had a thoracic spine fracture, so the middle of my back had a thoracic fracture. Um, and they had to age it because of my age. They said that thoracic spine breaks are very difficult in car accidents. They wanted to prove that it was because of the accident. And they wanted to age it. So they did this nuclear medicine test on me, that they put this like IV in, right? And then they told me that I had to, gave me a shot of this like iodine or this dye kind of stuff, or nuclear medicine. I had to leave the hospital. I had to drink a gallon of water and then come back in like 2 hours for the test, because it would make the stuff had time to go all the way through. What this thing was going to do was, based on the color it lit up in the back, would then age that fracture, so they know if it was a new fracture or an older one. Because I guess I don't know with how they tell, but they tell isotopes, whatever, right? Makes you glows for days, yeah. So he did the test, and he's like, well, it's obviously a new break, right? I was like, thank you so much. I knew that. And because I was like, my back didn't have a problem before, and I've had x-rays and stuff, because, you know, I'm old and things happen. You slip and fall and things like that, and it wasn't there before. And so he's like, but you're supposed to drink a bunch of water. And I was like, I did drink a bunch of water. I drank more than you told me to drink. He's like, are you sure? I was like, dude, I'm positive. I knew the guy too, because of weird Farmville. It's Farmville. I know everybody. I was like, dude, I did. I was like, get off my ass. I'm like, I drank all the water. I promise you I did. And he's like, well, then you need to go to your GYN like tomorrow. And I'm like, what? Why? He's like, this used to be like a cancer screen for pelvic, that the like cancers. It's like a PET scan kind of thing. And he's like, your pelvis is glowing crazy. So one of two things. One, you didn't drink water. So if you didn't drink water, it just sits there kind of. Number two, but if you swear you drink water, then you need to go to your GYN like tomorrow. And he's like, take this. And he gave me the little CDs and all the things and all the scans and said, go. So that was on like a Friday, because it's Friday afternoon, because I had taken Evan that day, and I literally had to stop 3 times on the way home from Lynchburg to like clean up, because it was that bad. Like I was like, when I did this test, I was like I drink water. I shouldn't be doing this. Like I have like all kinds of things. Like, can you see things? Like, no, I just see the veins, you know. I was like, oh. And I went to my doctor, like, hey, here's the thing. Like, I'm having a PCOS thing. I haven't had my period. I might need to get a DNC. I didn't know what it was. And I'd already had an ablation done, right? And he comes in, he checks everything, looks at that. Then he's like, we're going to do a biopsy immediately. So they like went to the doctor. He had all the stuff, because I was seeing him already for things. I just had an ablation, all the things, maybe a year before. And it was a real bad year with that stuff, like the bleeding and all the things. And I had to have less than 7 days later, I was in the hospital having a radical hysterectomy. Less than 7 days later. And from that moment, right, whenever it was, and before it was always one of those things where, the possibility of being a mom was still there. Science has not, science is changing every day. Even though they told me it was extremely difficult, I had a miscarriage that I never even told Red about, really. I had done some medicines to hopefully try to get pregnant, some Clomid. And I had like a tubal ligation, like a tubal thing, and it miscarried. I didn't even say anything because I didn't want him to be mad at me, because he really didn't want more kids. If it happened, it happened, he said. But he knew he wasn't going to go through any kind of in vitro fertilization or go through any testing, because he didn't want any kids. And our goal was, we agreed that we would not do anything to extra to make it happen, but we weren't taking any precautions for it not to happen. Right, we weren't using protection because I couldn't tolerate birth control pills. It made me very migraine and sick, and we weren't using condoms. We're married. He's like, well, here's the thing: if you get pregnant, it's God meant for us to have babies, and if we don't, then we don't. So there was always a piece of me that when I went through that, I would take pregnancy, like, oh, maybe I am, because there was a piece of me that once I got married, when I always said I didn't want kids, I did. Well, after that hysterectomy, y'all, it was final. It was never going to happen. I didn't have any of the equipment to make a baby. So it was like, okay, making a baby is not on the table. So Mother's Day for me became a total cry fest. So, and then I would see all the posts from and that's whenever it was like, oh my gosh, there's so many other women that are suffering with PCOS, right? That, it was the first piece of the calling for me for Pure Romance, because Pure Romance, I feel like, made me have the confidence and the courage to do the next thing that I was meant to do. Everything has its purpose and its reason in your life, and that was the reason. And through me not being able, and it's interesting because Hometown Hippie is my child, right? I talk about all the time, like, it's my legacy, because I can't leave a piece of me in human form back on this planet to leave this rock a little better than I found it. So I have created this other entity to go out and do the work that I want to do on the earth, even if it can last after me. Because Red and I are talking about LLCs and going in and naming some beneficiaries and things to keep this going, so that the work, the charity work, the Grateful Fed work, the paying it forward work, the Power of One work, he knows that that's the true reason for me doing all of this. And he's willing to help me make sure that that's the legacy that I am so hell-bent on making sure is in place for the world. Not that that sounds so big, but it's just about like making sure that message lives on, because I think it's important that, you can't change the world. One person can't change the world, but every day you can change the world for one person. And spreading kindness and joy and all those things. And it goes back to, right, all I ever wanted was to have a baby, right? At that point, like, with Mother's Day and all the things, like, you can't always get what you want, but you find you get what you need, right? So maybe the wanting and the needing is now aligned, right, for me, because I feel like, I've given birth to this now, like, y'all into the toddler stage. We're dealing with the terrible twos, trying to figure out where we're going to go, right? So it's very much just a testament to, you can't always get what you want, but you just might find you get what you need, right? Oh yeah, you get what you need. And I hope that you will find an alignment in your life, right? You will find the thing in your life where your wants and your needs align. They intersect. They cross over. And every day I get up and I try to give gratitude for the things that I have, the things that surround me that are beautiful and amazing, and all the things, right? And every time I do, you still get those little voices in your head, right? Those little voices in your head that try to steal your joy, try to steal your shine, or steal your shine. And as I'm getting closer to that wanting and needing, being in constant flow, right? Being in constant flow. And let's also see intersecting, right? Because flow to me is like waves. I don't know why I keep playing with waves, right? They go like this. So that's kind of what happens, right? What you want, what you need, come together. Everything's in flow, and then it's kind of how life works. So you kind of hit the peak of that, and it kind of like falls away, and you kind of learn a new lesson, deal some of the shadow work. You come back to okay, it's in alignment, and you have this beautiful wave build up, and you have you breaking away of the ideas and the learning and the growing, and every time it breaks away and grows, the wave gets taller and higher and larger and bigger until it's a tsunami. And I want a tsunami of good vibes, right? And some days I feel like I can like get it. I'm grateful, I'm thankful, I'm blessed. And the what I have found, right? What I have found is that gratitude, I talk about it all the time, right? Gratitude is the big thing for me. Like, be grateful for what you have and you'll have more of that. If you talk about what you don't have and you bitch and you moan and you gripe, you're going to get more of that, because the universe believes in energy. And so the other piece for me, right, and the other thing that's very much in alignment for me is joy. And I know that when I'm smiling, it's hard to be upset. So not only am I trying to be in flow, I'm trying to be in joy. And all of each and every one of you bring me joy. And yesterday brought me joy. And this platform brings me joy. And I hope that every day that when you tune in, you come to see what's happening, it brings you a little joy to be here and helps that collective vibration move up. And I want you all to know that I am very happy um, with the way things are going. We do have some bugs and kinks and things to work out, but we are learning. We are in our infantile stage, right? We've given birth. We've created the Hometown Hippie Grateful Fed community. Now it's time to kind of stand in our purpose and to get in flow with what we want and what we need aligning. Because y'all know I got big ideas, right? I'm like, we're going to do a cannabis cup. We're going to do a harvest blend. We're going to do a bingo game. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And we're doing those things. But not everything that I want is everything that you need. And so a lot of times it's up to you to tell me what that is. So what I'm going to challenge you all to do this week, number one, I'm going to put some stuff up tomorrow. We're going to have a little contest this week. And the contest week is going to be about testimonials, because here's the deal. I'm trying to build out this website and put things in place. But one of the things that I would like to have, because I believe there needs to be like a Grateful Fed chat corner, a little nest. And I really want people to hear what you have to say about us, because you're who matters. Your voice is what matters in all of this. Every piece of this, it matters how you feel about it. Every one of you, you're the Grateful Fed community. You are what this is for. You are Hometown Hippie. And so your testimonials are going to be great. So we're going to do Tuesday testimonials. We're going to do wish list Wednesday, which means tell me what's on your wish list. Like, what are some things you wish for? Thursday, we're going to do something thankful Thursday. Tell us something you're thankful for. Maybe, I don't know. We'll do something fun this week, okay? But I need to know, what are the things that you need? What are the things that you want, and what are the things that you need? Because if you tell me what you want and what you need, we can make it happen. We can make it happen, Captain. Melanie says, your life stories that you graciously share with us do have an impact on others. You give hope to others to know they are not alone in some of life situations. Yeah, and that's the thing, right? We're all in this together. We are here. Also, hearing these stories help us that don't have the same problem understanding for what. Yes, it is. It's one of those things where, I used to tell people, I don't want kids. It's because since I was 12, the doctor told me I couldn't have them. And I really believe, and here's the truth of the matter. I'm not going to use names, but in this polycystic ovarian, this PCOS journey, I've come in contact through my Pure Romance business with loads of women. And I have one specific one who I love with all of my heart. And she was an amazing customer client. She partied with me. One of my biggest parties I ever had was with her. She's amazing. She and I were like on these, like, I'm talking like we were walking the same talk, walking the same walk, feeling the same feels. Okay. Now, my entire life, I have been told and told and told and told, you can't have kids. That is not a possibility for you. You blah, blah, blah. It's not going to happen. All the things. And wasn't going to happen. So I met this woman. I'm not going to use her name because she's in here and y'all know her. I'm not going to use her name. And she was having a struggle. Now, for me, one of the things with the polycystic was the fact that when you're trying to conceive and everybody around you is just popping out babies, even the ones who don't want them, they're like, oh God, I got pregnant again. Here's another one. And y'all know the story of my brother. He's in jail and stuff. My brother's got 4 fucking kids. And I would get so upset. I would say, you're giving my brother, who's addicted to drugs, all of it, no money, didn't do it, always getting bailed out, don't have a pot to piss in and a window to throw it out of, if my mama would say, you giving him all these babies. I am like paying for all of these babies, and I'm going to be a wonderful mother. Why, God, why? I was angry about the baby thing. Y'all, that's some shadow work I'm probably still going to have to do some on, but I was pissed. I'm like, I went to college. I own a home. I pay my bills. I'm a good human being. I can afford daycare. I can afford t-ball and ballet and soccer camp and vacations and all the pictures that we can get taken looking cute on a wagon. Why, and y'all know that. I mean, I'm sure somebody else can relate. And this poor woman, right? This poor woman, same, I mean, to the point of the number of children her brother, who just was fucking up, had, right? And her role in it, right? Always the bailout, but never the baby haver, right? She had a miscarriage, tried, her husband and her, they didn't have children. They were a young couple, owned a home, doing all the right things. Just, you want them to have babies. Like, that's who you want to have babies, right? And so she won a contest, and I had this peach moonstone rose gold bracelet in Party with Tammy that I was raffling off. And I looked up all the things. There was some fertility stuff in this stone, like all the things I was reading about this actual like gem that we were giving away, that I got bought to give away. And whenever I got it, I was like, I really hope so-and-so wins this, because I am intending that this bracelet on her arm is going to give her the family that she deserves. Because through you, through source, through God, through the angels, through God, nothing is impossible. Don't take the negativity that this world, like I was infusing that energy, not even knowing, like I was so intent on like, it can happen for you. I told her, I was like, here's the thing. I was like, please do not believe that what they're telling you. And I was like, I don't want to be that person that gives you like, it'll be fine. Like, I don't want, like, I've been through this journey. And I said, I want you to understand this. If it is your life's work to take care of the kids that your brother has, that's not taken care of, that you love so much, and if that is your job, then know that those kids are going to need you more than you'll ever know. And that is your mission. And be okay with that, right? If that's what it is. Resign yourself. Like I said, I want you to do some meditation, some soul searching, and say, God, let me know. Just tell me right now, if my purpose is to be here for these kids, to be the person that all these resources need to go to these babies that are already here, then you need to resign yourself that you're okay with that, because you love them. I said, but ask them, say, if it is, if you could grant me, if it is in my highest and best to be a mother, to give the gift of life to another, if a soul has found its way to me, then allow that to happen for me. And she's like, okay. You know, she didn't want to, like, the doctors are saying this, I don't want to get my hopes up, blah, blah, blah. I was like, girl, stop. You got to think positively. And y'all, she's due any day. I mean, she's due any time now. And she's like, the day that she got the bracelet, she's like, I don't want to tell you. She's, but we were pregnant already. And she said, she lost that baby. And I knew. She's like, I just want to tell you because I couldn't believe it that I found out after I was pregnant. We'd lost the baby. She's like, I don't know. I was like, stop. It happened. That was God letting you know, right? That you can't just play. You got, knowing is good, but you got to do too, right? You got a glimpse. God said it's not impossible. It was enough to get your hope, and that soul was like, I'm going to come show her that it happens. So don't. And I know you're going to mourn that loss, and that's okay. You can do that because I did. I never. It was a blood clot in my opinion, and I didn't think about it. It's shadow work I'm going to have to do. Okay, I know that. But I said, it's possible. You got pregnant. They told you couldn't get pregnant. You got pregnant. You got pregnant. She's like, I got pregnant. I was like, you got pregnant. And then she got joyful about she was thankful. I got pregnant. It means I can get pregnant. That means that I can get pregnant. I was like, you can get pregnant, girlfriend. You can get pregnant. And so now she's due anytime now. And I am like, I can cry and it's just thinking about the fact that I'm like, wow. Won't she do it? Won't he do it? Won't they do it? Right? But you know what? Because she's not able to take care of a baby. And I'm going to be honest, she has not had a baby. And I'm not being mean about this, Melanie. Number one, she can't take care of her right now. And number two, God knows that you can't take another baby to take care of. You need to take care of Melanie, and you can't take care of another child's baby, and you would do it. 1,000,000 trillion quadrillion %, you'd be taking care of that baby. So it is a blessing, right? And we don't always, and that's the thing, right? You don't always get what you want, but you get what you need. But you get what you need, right? And learning to get in alignment with what you wanting and what you needing being the exact same thing is going to help you stay in flow, to be in flow, to let it go and be in flow. And that's kind of where I'm working for, right? Is like what you want and what you need, what you want and what you need. Now let's go ahead and do our weekly affirmation card. So if you were not at the beginning, I want to announce a couple of things. Number one, you have until tomorrow to claim your Munchie of the Month box. If you do not claim your Munchie of the Month box by tomorrow, they're off the market until next month for June. June's going to be a Pride box. It'll be a whole new thing. We're excited about that. We're doing $5 in every box. Now, so what I'm going to do this month is starting today, you can order the lime cookies by 6-packs or 12-packs. Those will be available like that. I'm not putting churros and the strawberry or the hazelnut on the menu right now. Only the lime cookies will be available throughout the rest of the month. And then next week we'll start pre-orders probably towards the middle to the end of the week for our s'mores kits. I've got all the things coming for that. They are going to be effing adorable. They are going to be, I got this skewer that goes on to roast the marshmallow. I've got the chocolate bar molds. I've got the bags. I've got the stickers, the s'more stickers. I have like a whole little like kit putting together, right? And those are going to be available in the lime cookies. The lollipops this week are going to be strawberry, and they will be on the menu today as well. I got to get that updated, and we're going to be leaving here at 11 to head to Costco. So those are the announcements this week. So don't forget, the 20th is the last day to place an order for this month. We will be reopening on June 1st. I'm taking off June 21st through June 1st as far as like able to order. I am going to be under construction, like a grand relaunching. My notes say to reset regroup, reset, and reopen and relaunch. So I'm going to reopen on June 1st. I am not going to be guaranteed, the website is not guaranteed to be done by then because it's bigger than I thought. The store part will be done. I know that the new ordering system will be done because I'm going to do that myself, but we may have to still access that through a separate link, and then we will get the website up and running from that. I'm hoping to have at least the landing page done and being able to click on the store to link up to the store for the ordering. Fingers crossed. We're gonna do the best we can do, right? So we did not do Sunday sermon yesterday, and I did not finish telling you all how you can get bingo cards going forward. Okay, so this month, if you have a Mother's Day packet, you have a bingo card. Okay, that means everybody who got Mother's Day packages is going to be able to play bingo on our first bingo. We're going to have our first bingo. We're going to try that at the end of this month, and we're going to do it on a live. We're just going to do a live bingo with all the people who got Mother's Day cards, and I'm going to make sure you're playing. And we may have some extra opportunities to win bingo cards, like by being in the top contributors, right? So what I'm going to do is this. If you are on the top contributor list, if you are posting, commenting, and reacting, everyone who's on that list at the end of the month, you will get a bingo card shipped with your next order. So you'll need to place an order to get your bingo card because a lot of people are contributing but not grateful. They're not Fed heads yet. They're the Grateful Fed family, but not Fed heads yet. So if you're on the top list and you place an order, you will get your bingo card. Okay, then we'll still draw for the prize winner. And then we are going to do these, all the Munchie of the Month boxes from now on will have a bingo card. It's the idea to get those like that. We're going to play for extra games, and we're going to also give those away for prizes for certain things, certain sales. So the next way that you can get a bingo card for this month, okay? So if you got a bingo card for Mother's Day, you got one, you can play multiple cards for this, you can play one card per game. Each card is for one game, but if you have 3 cards, you can play 3 cards on one game, but they're only good for one game. You can't play this 3 times. Everyone who purchases a s'mores kit will also get a bingo card. So s'mores and Mother's Day for May. June will be the Munchie of the Month box. We'll get you a bingo card, and top contributors will also get you one. But it is definitely going to be a members only kind of thing, right? They're going to be hard to get, and the prizes are going to be phenomenal. And like I said, if you do have another business and you want to partner with that, if you make jewelry, if you do t-shirts, if you do Reiki infused something else, or fairy gardens, or if you would like to partner and give out some bingo cards and get people into the Zoom, then you can do that. We just want to partner with learning and introducing some people to other businesses is what we're going to try to do. Now, I promised y'all at the beginning of this, we're going to do a little meditation this morning, and we are going to do that really quickly. We've already been on for an hour, and I wanted to be off of here in like 30 minutes today, but hey, you can't always get what you want, right? So here's the deal. We're going to just take some deep cleansing breaths this morning, and we're just going to call in our angels, guides, and helpers, do something a little different, just kind of taking some deep breaths, right? Now, I told you that I'm going out of into the Richmond today. That's how this whole thing started. And I put on all my energy protections, and I talked about grounding, centering, and protecting. Now, I'm going to suggest that you take some classes on that if you've not already done so. And it's more about just finding your center, putting your feet in the dirt. That's how I ground. You can also ground. I found this. If you just drop these 2 fingers, you can anchor yourself. I anchor myself sitting here sometimes. And if you don't have the time to call in the white light from the cosmos and push it down through all the chakras and align everything, feel the warm light to fill your body up, push it through your feet, push it out, make it connect, and put your bubble suit on. What you can just do is, I do this sometimes. We're going to do a little short one. Inhale, hold it, exhale. Smell the birthday cake. Blow out the candles. And I do something as simple as this, right? I just calm my breathing. I am so grateful, thankful, and blessed for all the things that I have received in this life. I'm calling in my angels, guides, and helpers to help me to stay protected, guided on a clear and perfect channel. Thank you for protecting and surrounding me with your love and your energy. Guide me and lead me through the day. Show me synchronicities and signs of things that I need to know. And help me stay in flow and let it go. Easy as that. Whatever words you need to use. Okay? Call to my angels, guides, and helpers. We're going to pull an affirmation card for the week, and then we will be done. I know that Lisa just went live in My Mystical Life, so some of y'all are going to go over there real quick. I know that, but I'm going to get this card done, and we'll be done. What's the card that's the utmost and best good? If you can also send the love energy, we're going to see what this energy looks like today. 4, 5. We've got 5 people watching, 5 hearts. It's 105. 5 is a number today. And ooh, Angel Aura Quartz. And I love that, right? Angel Aura Quartz. And it says lighten up. We've gotten this before. Isn't that a beautiful card, stone? With all of that rainbow energy. And speaking of rainbow energy, we are going to and here's the thing, look at that, lighten up, right? That stone looks very light and airy, just the colors of it even. And it makes you very happy. It makes you smile. And I think that making you smile is also very much a lighten up kind of thing. Let's go to Angel Aura Quartz and see what it has to say. Let's see what it tells us to do about lightening up, right? Angel Aura Quartz, it says, yes, it's okay to lighten up. Life is serious enough, right? That's why you're going to sing a little sing song. You're the mean one, Mr. Grinch, right? You can just lighten up. A little levity always adds perspective. It does. When things seem really bad, sometimes just making fun of it helps. And I'm the first one. Craziness, right? Make time for the things that make you smile and laugh amidst all of life's responsibilities. Didn't we just say this at the beginning? You cannot make this up. We're ending and we're starting and we're ending about joy, right? I talked about how gratitude helps, but what the missing piece is that smile and that joy, right? Lightening up. Guides and angels are saying you're exactly right, right? You can be grateful, thankful, blessed. You can be in the moment, but all you need to do is put a little smile on your face, lighten up, and find some joy, and it's going to change the entire feel of everything. It's going to have a little perspective to make things just a little bit easier to handle, right? Give yourself permission to prioritize fun. I love that. You deserve it. Embrace the childlike curiosity and excitement that you have within you. Be silly. Tap into your carefree, lighthearted nature. You know they say what they say about all work and no play. Stay connected with your innate playfulness so that when it's time for work, you can show up as the best version of yourself. I love that. Like, this is interesting. I need this too, right? It's like all work and no play. Makes Hometown Hippie a very sad old hag. And it's time to have a little bit of fun and being able to take some time off this month, being able to celebrate with my family, going to a reunion, all the things. I'm super excited for it. Graduation parties. It's going to be a great month. Core questions, right? Maybe you're like, Tammy, I don't know what things are fun. I don't know what I want to do. Well, here's your core questions, things you can journal about, okay? What does fun look like for you? What makes you smile? I would love to know. And don't y'all dare say some bullshit like, I love you for it. We're going to lighten it up today. I love y'all for it. But I want to know something like a movie, a song, a thing that makes you smile. Tell me something that makes you smile. I want to know what makes you smile. And I'm going to show y'all something. I'm pulling it up over here. And it's so damn gross. And I hope that it'll play. I hope that it'll play. Yes, it will. I'm going to share my screen. And I ask you to tell me something that made you smile. Okay. And if this does not make you smile, then we cannot be friends. Then we cannot be friends if this does not make you smile. I'm going to play this for you now. And this is what makes me smile. Let's see if I can get it to play. Okay, here it goes. If hippo fart does not make you smile, there's something wrong with you. Could you imagine having your kids in the zoo and the hippo's like, did the sound come through for y'all? That's what I want to know. Hopefully the sound came through and you heard the. I will find stuff like that and it will just crack me up. And now the next video on my YouTube's going to be skewed. It says hippo with extreme diarrhea. I'm like, no, thank you. I just needed to see the fart. I did not need to see the explosive diarrhea. So, when was the last time you laughed so hard that you cried? Now that might be watching some of my 420 cookie laughs, but I get that, right? Oh, it was kids talking like, look at the hippo, look at the, what's he doing? And he starts doing that. And they're like, oh, it's so funny. Yeah, it was a hippo farting. Go find it on YouTube. I have to go. We're getting already get off here, Lisa, anyhow. So here's the affirmation for this week. The affirmation for this week is I allow myself to have fun. Today, find a reason to laugh and let loose. Tell a joke, watch a funny show, or share a funny picture with a loved one. So what I'm going to encourage y'all all to do today in our our affirmation this week is to lighten up. Have a little bit of fun with life. Not everything is so serious. And that's what I had to remember, right? Like I was thinking like I've got to be more serious. A hometown hippie group, they're probably tired of my nonsense. And it wasn't fun for me. And that means it wasn't fun for you. So we're going to get what we want and what we need this week. We're going to be happy. We're going to be healthy. You're going to protect and ground and center and all of that stuff. Yes, that other night, you have a girl. Let me tell you what, I have myself rolling. And that's the other problem. I'm like, I really need a 420 cookie like every night about 7:30, 8 o'clock. Red's like, I cannot believe you're eating another one of those cookies. I'm like, babe, I'm going to change the world by eating these cookies. He was like, what? I was like, all of these big, brilliant ideas are coming in. I mean, I said the trippy tree houses were 420 cookies. He's like, well, eat away, darling, eat away. He's like, because that shit was phenomenally amazing. He's like, go think of some more stuff then, because that's a good idea. I'm excited for that. So we have a whole plan, right? And now he's all about like, eat them cookies, baby, eat them cookies, eat them cookies. So I want you to go out today and find your joy. I want you to go out and get in flow. Remember that when you find what you want and it's what you need, yep, you just might find you get what you need, right? Oh, yeah. So I'm sure I'm going to hear that song today. If anybody else hears that song today, then you know that you are on point, right? So tell your guys, hey, that song, if I'm on point, make sure you let me know. That's my little sign today. That gives us a chance, right, to like know. So y'all have a great day. I'm going to go finish up some postage. I'm going to the mailbox today. I've got to go and get my butt to the Costco in Richmond. I'll be gone this afternoon. But if anybody needs anything, let me know. I will see y'all soon. I'll be back for Wednesday night live on What's Up Wednesday. Until then, peace, love, and feast. And as always, stay elevated. I'll see y'all later.